Hello coders. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Good morning, in fact, if you're just getting up. Today we're going to be doing some improvements to our course, PHP course, and in particular some CSS improvements, or adding CSS, because it's pretty bare at the moment. We have 2 pages to style. The first one is our the actual login form, and then the second one is going to be our dashboard. So let's get into it. Let's get into the code. Let's get into here. Now I need to just check on the old GitHub on things like branches and PRs and stuff, because I have done some bits and pieces over the weekend, and I just want to make sure that I'm all up to date. I think I am. Yeah, 4 days ago. That was over the weekend. I think that is correct. Let's just crack on and see. That should be all good. So if I was to get check out of master, is it master or main? I forget. I think it might be. Yeah, there we go. Do a git pull. Have we got anything coming through? Yeah, we've got stuff coming through. Okay, so we've got a make file. We've got some PHP stands, some PHP unit, some other bits and pieces that I added, some tests and stuff. And we should also have, coding standards, and we should also have, just looking at all of that, I thought we had some documentation. Meh. Okay, well anyway, who knows? Let me just do a cat of our make file. So we have make test, which is test lint, test stand, and test unit. Let's run that first. Let's just make sure everything is up to spec, which it is. Okay, so that ran PHP stan, that ran the linter as well, so PHP CS and PHP unit. Okay, so we're in a good place. Let me get into the public directory, and let's do a PHP-S localhost. In fact, we'll do this from, because I am sure I've done updates to the documentation. Let me just see if I go to lessons, and then no, that's not there. That's so strange. That is bizarre. I'm sure I've changed this. That's weird. That's very weird. Unless there's a branch that I'm yet to push in. Let me just have a little look. 2 branches. Lessons. That'll be it, wouldn't it? Oh, and the reason why I haven't pushed this in yet is because I'm still working on it. That would make sense. Okay, so right. So I'm going to just look at this branch first, and then sort of go through it, because I've made some changes to the lessons in this course. So I've defined what the lessons are, and I'm saying that in the course introduction here we have some. That's no. Maybe I haven't pushed that up either. No, here we go. Sorry, wrong one. Lesson 1: install the project. We have project setup. We also have how to download Composer, configure Composer. What else have we got? I want to get to run Composer, configure PHP unit, run PHP unit, all of those things. Create a make file, check the folder structure. So that is where we are here, checking the folder structure. I've just ran the make file. I probably at some point need to add that in, actually, to run the test. But that's not what we're worrying about today. I want to get to the point where we are. Is it in lesson 2 that we run the web server? Is it in, or lesson 3 maybe? Actually, I'm pressing back and that's not doing anything, is it? Let's go back to the lesson index and lesson 2, build the form. There should be a section in here, if I remember rightly, I wrote about actually starting the web server up. So let's see, create a new file, blah, 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 add the HTML structure, yada, 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 adding the HTML form, that's all good. Do all of those things. Down here, yes, here we go, access the website. We should have, yes, -t puts in the web root. So 8080 localhost -s. There we go, I've mentioned it down here, haven't I? There we go. And then we move on to submitting the data and stuff. Cool. I just wanted to double check this bit. Bear with me a sec. Lol. Okay, so what we're going to do is follow this example. And we're doing this from the root folder. So let's just make sure that works. So we're in the root folder, so we go back to, oh no, we are in the root folder, aren't we? Yes. All right, so if we ran that, yeah, there we go. So it started, and it started in the public directory. So if I was to, is this all showing on the stream? I haven't gone and screwed up the line heights or anything. No, that looks good. So if I go now into here and go into localhost 8080, there we go. That's the form that we want to stylize, or one of them anyway. So if I go back over to GitHub and then have a look at the project for this particular course, we should have, on course build, we should have a thing in here about, that's done. We should have a thing in here about CSS. He says, adding alt tag, adding a CSS style sheet. All right, so that is what we're going to be playing with tonight. Create a CSS style sheet. All right. Okay, so I'm going to just tab that open and create a new directory for myself, or create myself a. There we go. Sorry. Create myself a new terminal window here. We're going to go how to code well, and I believe it's in. Got it up there. Courses. Course PHP Login. There we go. We're going to create a new branch. So git checkout -b, and we're going to call this feature CSS. Now I have absolutely no idea how I want this to look or feel. I mean, it's very basic. It is just literally 2 text boxes and a button, so it's not that massive. But I don't have a CSS file yet, so I think what I'm going to need to do is put it in the public directory, and the file that we're playing with is this one. It's got this stuff in it. I don't really want to screw around too much with adding classes and whatnot to this. If I can just get away with, it's using the form elements on the page, then I will do so. So let's create a new directory in here called assets, and then in here we'll do a new style sheet file. And we're just going to call this main.css. Yeah. And in here we'll just have, let's do, just make sure it all works, let's do body background color, and let's do red. There we go. Then we'll know that it works because everything will be red. If we go over to the login here, what we want to do in the, well, we need to add the head tag, don't we? So we do head, and then in the head tag we need to link that up. Why is that saying it's missing a required that's the title element. Okay, fair enough. So in here we need to have a link. Now this is going to be a little bit weird because we're actually in the public directory, so we need to get to the assets directory. So what we would need to do is have like a rel, and in that rel, I think the path is in the public, so I think we might be able to get away with doing assets. Oh, actually, no, that's not the rel. The rel is the... That's not what the rel is. The rel defines what it is. In this case, it is a style sheet. And then it's a href, as in like a link. Right, so we are in the root directory, so we've got assets, or we are in the public directory, so we can do assets, which means that we should be able to get hold of main. Yeah. All right, let's save that, refresh this old page, which is that one. Is it red? It is red. Done. Okay, so so that's all sorted. That's all linked up, which is nice. Let's have a think. Now, how should I sort this out? Maybe what we need to do is create something like fonts. Let's do font size. Let's do 16 pixels. Let's do font family. Let's give it, I don't know, something like Arial. Let's not obviously have a background of red. That's not good. What other elements can we play with on this page? We've got a field set, I think. Let's have a little look. Let's bring that up to 100%. So yeah, we got a form, and then we got a field set. We got a login form as the ID. So we could, and we got forms, we got inputs. I'm going to change that color of the button. I'm going to get rid of this thing. I wouldn't mind putting this somewhere in the middle. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So if we were to refresh this now, it would be just like that. Let's take a look at the form itself. Field set. Let's have a look at the field set. What have we got? Display block. Right. So what I could do is perhaps form. If I wanted to. I suppose what would be best is if I was to put this in a div, I think. So if we did div or main, a main, yeah, a main. There we go. And in here we do main. And in there we do something like, I don't know, display flex. And then maybe, is it justify content or is it justify items? I always forget what it is. Is it that to get it in the center? And then we would have, it's probably not, isn't it? There we go. Yeah. And then we could probably give a margin of this maybe. So we could probably do, or we could do form margin top of say 50 pixels or 50% even. Nope, that's wrong because that's now 25. Actually, no, what we'll do is we'll define it as pixels. I think that's probably the safest option. Let's do 100 pixels. Just bring it right up there. There we go. Okay. So that's our login sort of form. Wouldn't it be nice if we styled up the input text boxes. So let's do, I've got to think as well as, you know, I'm going to be teaching this stuff, so I need to play with, so up here we've got like font sizes, and there is a purpose why I've put second line in, because what I could do is talk about putting in generics, talk about doing some line heights, and then putting them all on one sort of one line. What else? What else? Let's do, yes, the input button, inputs themselves. Let's do input type is equal to text box. And let's give a padding of, say, 5 pixels with a border of like one pixel solid. I don't know, pale turquoise. Did that not go through? That not happen? Why is that? Bear with, let me just grab that. It's a type of text. So why did that not? Let's do I don't know. Why did that go through? Not image. What's that about? Computed. I can't see any issues there. Let's try and not do that for a minute. There we go. Right. Okay, but now that's not good. I don't like the turquoise, so let's change that to be blue. Get a little darker. Why is that not picking? There we go. There we go. It's just cached. Okay, so that should be, and why is that not a password? That should be type of password. There we go. Cool. Don't know why it's got Pete Test 5 in there at test.com, but that's cool. What else? Wouldn't it? I mean, I suppose we could put it on another level, couldn't we? We could sort of like username, but that's not so bad. I don't want to spend too long on this. I wouldn't mind changing the color of the actual field set itself. So, am I able to do that if we did something like field set? Give that a background color of, say, just completely making this up now. Let's do like I don't know. Let's do a coral, and then do like a padding of 10 pixels. There we go. With a border of none. Okay, cool. Also, could we do a color of like white, and let's also change that to be gray. Is that? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right, then we need to do... I want to put some more padding around these things because they're looking a little bit squished. And I wouldn't mind putting the login sort of... having that a little bit bigger and sort of bringing this out there. So let's do input type is equal to submit. Let's change the change the margin. Actually, you know what? What I need to do, in fact, is actually dress this up a little bit. If we change this to have a container, so div class is equal to input container around the whole thing, input. That's it. That means I've got more control over both the label and the and the actual input itself. There we go. So let's put that one in down here, and we'll also do another one for the submit. Sorry, the submit itself. Yeah. So we need to close that one off, and we need to close this one off too. And let's bring that out. Okay, so that's cool. Now we can actually control the input container. In fact, I've screwed up there, haven't I? That should be there. There we go. So now I've got a little bit more control over that. So if I was to say, let's bring this back to, so it'll be like input container then input. So dot input. That's where I can teach the class input container, and what we're going to do with that is we're going to have margin say 10 pixels, something like that. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's sort of brought it over. Good. Good, 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 good. Would be nice to have that on the right hand side. And it would be nice to make these slightly bigger as well. And it would be nice to have to line them up as well. So this means that what we should do is have .input container label, give this a fixed size of, say, I don't know, 200 pixels as a width. I am not worried at the moment about mobile width. There we go. Has that worked? Sometimes it caches, which is a pain. Input container, label, styles. Doesn't look like it's gone through. Come on. There we go. There we go. That's in there now. So that's 200. And then down here, that would also be 200. So it's looking like. It's looking like. Let's just change that to 250 a minute. Is that not actually, doesn't actually appear to be doing anything, which is annoying. Why is that? Why are you not doing anything on the... No. Right, let me just go up to the top. We've got the main, which is a display of flex. Justify center. Fine. That puts that whole block in the center. Then we've got the form itself. That's on the margin top. that makes sense. Then we've got the field set, which is fine. That has that sort of coral look to it. That's all good. Margin, a padding of 10, and then inside we have an input container. The input container, I'm going to give a width of 100%. I'm just going to play for a minute and just see what happens to all of this stuff. Why? Ah. Okay, I spotted something there. It looks as though the input container is coming outside of... Is it because of the margin there? So, yeah, it looks like if I was to take that off, take that off, I can see the outer part of that, which is the padding. Let's deal with the... I tell you what. First up, let's deal with the width of the text box. That's probably a good idea. Let's do width of 250 pixels. Good. That's still not... It's still not where I want it to be. So that is obviously bigger than that. So even though the label is... Alright, let's do a display block, I think. There we go. So that's a block. Aha, there's the block. Right, got it. Got it. So on the label, we need to do a display block. I'm going to do an inline block though, just so I can play around with it. There we are. It's an inline block. So let's take this back a wee bit. There we go. They're now in line. If I was to take the width off, yeah. All right, so what we could do is yeah, we could leave it at 100 pixels for now. That's right. And then on the actual inputs themselves, yeah, okay, so right, so the label, we would set that to 100 pixels, and then we would have input, we would have type is equal to text, and type, I don't think I can do that. I need to do password, and that will have a width of, take that out, of 250 maybe, because that will bring it up to 350 possibly. Let's have a play. There we go. That's looking a little better. Next thing I want to do is bring that over to the right hand side. So this is going to go over to here. That is the input. It's still in the container, right? See, it's still in the container. So one thing we could do is maybe change that to be input container, and then I don't know, some other class. Input button container, for instance, and so that will cascade down. So that means that will, whoops, wrong tab. This is going to go over to here. Input container label, input container. So it'll have a margin of 10 and a width of 100%, but also it's going to have a display of flex, and I'm going to do a Again, is it justify content? I don't know. Or is it justify items? I don't know. End. I always get these things muddled. No, it's not end. Is it align items? It's one of them. Was it align content? Let's do align content. It's one of them. One of those things. Or I could just do a... no, it's not that. It's a start. It's a... Yes. It's... Is it flex? Flex... It's something. And then I know the value is on the end. So I know it's that. But... I can just change it, right? So this would be... Justify content end, justify flex start, flex end, justify end. There we go, justify end. Justify content. Okay. If you say so, justify content. One day I will remember what the differences between items and content is. Okay, so obviously that... Hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that's weird. Why is that? I swear this is caching. There we go. Okay, justify end. Right, so we've got a problem with the old this thing. Even though they're set to 100% with a margin of 10. Right, so maybe... See, that's better. That's not. Maybe what I should do then is instead of the margin, I should change that to be a padding. Nope. Nope. Ah, it's the 100% that's doing it. Okay, fine. Well, I could probably get away with doing width auto, right? He says, yes. So in here, this is a great opportunity for me to when I get to doing this, I could say, like, you know, this will, because this is in there, it overrides the width. So if I did width auto, I can't spell width, can I? It should override the width that's in the input container because the styles are done, you know, that one and then that one. So hopefully now, if this hasn't cached, there we go. Cool. Okay. Now, apart from the earwax color, let's change that up a little bit. So this is that coral job. Let's see if we can make that a little bit better. Let's change that to be where I don't even know where I put it. Here, coral. Let's change that to be something a little bit more appealing, shall we? Come on, show me the options. Let's change this to be just looking for options, really. Fire brick. Loads of these I've never even seen. Some of these are quite garish. Let's do powder blue and change that to be black. That's better. That's more like it. Okay, so this one here, let's change the color of this and make it stand out a wee bit. Also, I wouldn't mind doing, when I get to this, I wouldn't mind putting a bit of a box shadow into this. Maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But anyway, login button. Let's focus on the login button. So we can do under here, let's do input type is equal to submit. And with this, what we want to do is give it a bit more padding. So let's do a padding of 10. We want to make this pop a little bit. And we want to, what else do we want to do? We want to change the color. So background color, and I want this to be like a darker blue with like a color of white, and maybe a font weight of like bold. Right, let's see what that does. There we go. Now I'm gonna need to drop the border, so we'll do border none. Okay, cool. Anything else that I can just remove off of there? Go back down to computed. So we've got... I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that is good. Why does that look like it's grey? Have I changed the background colour of all the inputs or something daft? Meh. Let's just do it ourselves. So background color of white. Okay, fine. It just looks. It doesn't look white to me. That's all. It looks like it's like eggshell color. So that's been removed. It's not the border. Background color, internal light dark. I don't know where that's coming from. User agent style sheet. Okay. Well, anyway, okay, fine. Let's get rid of it. I mean, that's all right. That's all right. Okay. So, I mean, I might jazz it up later, but I mean, that looks fine to begin with. Let's drop this down a bit. Yeah, that's okay. Right, next thing I want to do is do the dashboard. So I need to remember what the old user config is. Okay, here we go. So let's pass all of that stuff in. So we log in. There we go. Ooh, something I've just noticed. That needs to be there needs to be a hover state. And they have changed to white. So maybe it was cached. Or maybe it's just my eyes. I don't know. Let's put that hover state on. So it would be... Now again, I could do this through a button, but I'm going to just do it through here with hover. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And again, I forget what this needs to be. I think it's cursor and hand or pointer. There we go. I've got the pointer. Right. So again, let's put in the config, which is in here, to get to our beloved dashboard page. Login. Right, here we go. So we've got our little sort of welcome message. This is going to be images that I do need to set up, and then each one of these are going to be rows. So we could do something fancy like having alternative rows or something like that, but essentially this is just a table. Heyo, hello chap. Could you provide the full course link? I haven't built it yet. I'm building it now. But once I do, I will. Don't you worry. So sorry for not answering the chat. This is live. And I've had my head too much in the CSS to see the messages. Thank you very much for joining. Do appreciate it. So yes, the course link will be available. I'm planning to publish this some point early next year, but it will be on the howtocodewell.net site eventually. What I'm doing right now is just planning it. I'm just planning it out, so you can see the the lessons and stuff that I'm gonna do. This is talking about building the actual project from the ground up. I just want to change that. Okay, so let's get on to the dashboard. This thing here, that'd be nice. Let's get it into the main because we've got some styles that we can play with. We have main. So what we could do with dashboard now, well, first up we need to actually put in that link, which is this, into our dashboard, which is this here. And then we need to put everything in main. This is where we get problems with things like whips and stuff, because I've been focusing on the one page. Boom. Okay. Yeah. So what we need to do, I guess, is main. Have I put main in a display of flex? I have. Yeah, that's why it's jumping that. I think what I need to do then is flex direction and give it a column. How has that screwed up the login form? Quite a bit. Alright, let's not give it a flex direction then. I am going to save this because I'm going to get fed up putting this in all the time. I can't. Why did that say not? Oh, never mind. Never mind. All right, fine. I'm just going to have to cope with that, I think. Okay, so how would I? Sorry, thinking out loud here. How would I sort that out? On the dashboard. So what it's done is it's because it's display flex, it's just if I was to compare that to login, you've got main and then you've got one div. Whereas on the dashboard you've got, did I say div? I meant one element. And then on the dashboard you've got another element and then another element. So I am wondering now, maybe I need to tart this up a little bit and put this in another element. Unsure right now. If this was in a column, that would be like that. But because we're not defining the width of the main thing, I mean, what you could, I guess I could do is have like a margin, margin auto. No, that's still not going to work, is it? No. I could give it a fixed width. I could try that. Or let's worry about that later. I think let's worry about that later. Let's focus on the table. That's an important thing. Let's focus on the table. So How have I scripted the table? It is table, th, t-head, table rows. Let's tidy that up a little bit. And then we got a table body, and then we end the for each. Let's bring that back up. And then away we go. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Down in here then, let's do table. Let's give it, let's do table, let's do a TR. Let's do border bottom, 1 pixel, solid, and black for a minute. Come on, pick that up. Why are you not picking that up? Oh, it's not a TR, sorry, it's a TD. Beg your pardon. But still, why is this not? It's again, it's not putting in, it's not finding the. All right, let's take it out of TD. Take it out of the table for a minute. All right, there we go. I'm going to put that into TR. Fine. And I want col span. Not col span, I want col padding. Is it or cell spacing? I think. So with the table, I don't think, can you do this? No, you can't do this through there. You need to do it through here. So in the table we would have cell spacing is 0. Are you going to tell me that I need to do this in CSS? Obsolete attribute. The attribute defines the size, the blah 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 blah. Border spacing. There we go. That's what it is. So login main. Border spacing is 0. There we go. So they're all joined up. Okay, let's take a look at our THs. Let's bring them in the middle. Because at the moment, well, they are in the middle. Actually, maybe we should bring the prices in the middle. Or we could put the... Yeah, let's do that. So with TDs, we're going to do text align center. That's going to move. Come on. Why are you not moving into the center of the pane, of the thing, of the block? How? Thank you. Cached again. Right, I'm also going to give the TDs a padding of 5 pixels. Good. And I'm also going to give the TDs a padding as well. So in fact, what I'm going to do is just do a TH, I meant. Come on. Nope. Thank you. Right. Cache. TH, I'm going to give this a background color. Of what was the color that we gave the powder blue? And I think we, yeah, okay, that's cool. I think that's not looking too bad, actually. I don't think I'm going to bother with the borders on the right or the left or in between. You kind of know what that all is. What I'm going to do though, I think which would be nice is to deal with alternate rows. So you would have like white and then blue and then white and then blue and then white and then blue. I think that would be cool. So, and that would also mean that I can teach modulus as well. Yeah, okay. Or no, not modulus. Well, yeah, I could do that. Negative and even. Odd and even. Yeah. So, let's create a class called row even and row odd. Okay, let's do. So if it's a row, so it's going to be on the TR. We would do TD. Background color, and we'll do like I kind of now want cornflower blue. I don't know why I'm going for a blue theme here. That's a cool looking blue. Steel blue, why not? And then on background color, on row odd, let's change this up to be a totally different color. So it's like not mint cream. I'm looking for that'll do. Blanched almond. Okay, and that's a TD as well. Right, so then in our PHP, it would be a class on here, so we would do boom boom PHP echo. We would create a variable called row class. In fact, what we would do is we would, what did I call it in CSS? Was it row even? So it would be row and row odd. So that would be not row class. Actually, I could do a ternary, couldn't I? Yeah, I could do that. Let's put that in a class itself. Yeah, let's put it in a ternary. So we'll do it here. Row class is equal to a ternary like that. And we would concat that with row douche. There we go. So we would have a key, and that would become even. And that would become odd. So it would be row concatenate to either that or that, depending on whether the key is odd or even. Yes, makes sense. Hey, AK, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hope everybody's doing well and having a great. Well, it's an evening here where I am, so I hope you're doing well. Just gonna. I'm on the old mint tea at the moment, which is nice. Okay, so we got the key, and it will be 0, and then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So what we can do is say if the key can divide into 2. Right. Let's see, have we got anything? So these are all even. That's not what I wanted to do. I think I need to do equals, yeah. No, that's still not picking up. Is it me or is it just terribly cached? Maybe it's just the way I've done it. Let's not do a triple equals. No, that's not working either. Oh dear. Yeah, because it's going to be an integer, so that's fine. If the key can divide, is divisible by 2. That should be right. Why is that not right? Oh. Now, the key... Right. The key isn't an integer. I've forgotten this. The key, because we're looking at order config, the key... Or is it? Hang on. Items. No, it is. It should be. Should be. Okay, let me just print out key for a minute. Yes, it is. 0, then 1, then 2. So, what I guess we could do. I mean, we need to add some more content. That would be handy. So we got some more stuff to play with. So in order config, let's do that. I think we're on how to code well 1. So yeah, let's put in some more content. Let's get a mixing deck. Right, so now we should have main. There we go, that's our thing here. Then in the body we've got, they're all even. Why are they all set to even? Is it something to do with that ternary? They're all set to there. Maybe what I should do is split this out a little bit. So let's get rid of that for a minute. So let's do that. There we go. It was the way I set it up. Okay. All right. So it's row and then whatever that is. So let's call this something. So row. Let's do row class suffix because it's the suffix of the row class. And then let's have a little look and see. I mean, that doesn't look terrible. I mean, I'm actually liking this as a darker color on the header. I think maybe we should do that. So let's go back over to the main. So where we've got, is it powder blue? No, steel blue. So I'm going to change powder blue. So first up, I'm going to change, this is where CSS variables come in very handy. And yes, I'm changing that to be powder blue and that to be steel blue. I think, yes. Okay, that looks better, in my opinion. Okay, and then we've got the this welcome message. Now, do I want to, make that a little bit different? I don't think so. What I could do though is screw around with the button with this. At the moment, am I in? Yeah, I'm in that mode. So it would be nice to start that up a bit. Let's do that. So in the dashboard here, we have this A class. So I guess I could do it straight from the A's. So in fact, I've got a button here, haven't I? Could I not just do A? How does that look? Come on, Cache. Come on, Cache. Really, Cache? There we go. Okay, so with the A's, I need to follow that up with a text decoration as none. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm also going to give both the A. In fact, I don't like just having A as a thing. So let's do a class is equal to btn. So it's going to be a type of submit or a.btn and a.btn down here. Also, what I would like is to have the hover state, which I haven't got on. Well, I have got on you. So we'll do input. Well, we'll do A first because then I can actually see it work. So a.btn btn hover. What do I want it to do? I guess just do a different shade of blue. That would be nice. Or what we could do actually is just change the color to be like a... No. I think that's fine. So yeah, we want to change the background color. Just make it a little bit, stand out a little bit more. That you've actually clicked it. So let's bring it down to... We've done cornflower blue. Dark blue. I'm gonna use that one. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay. I might put this in the middle. I'm thinking maybe this should go in the middle rather than on the left-hand side. So, do we have... I forgot how we set this up. We got a p tag here. Let's put this... Let's do a div or a section. Or no, let's do header. And then in the main, let's go back up to these structural elements. So let's go back up to the main here. Let's do header. And let's put a text line center in. Come on, Cache. Come on, Cache. Come on, Cache. Seriously. Thank you. Okay, I'm also going to give a margin as well. So margin bottom, and we'll just do 20 pixels. Can't spell margin. Come on. Did that work? Margin bottoms 20. Why is that? There we go. Cool. Okay. Fine. Looking good, I guess. I mean, meh. It is what it is. Like, it's not the most sophisticated piece of UI in the world. I need to get those images in. Excuse me. Need to get those images. Excuse me. I need to get those images in. Let's hit log out. Right. Okay, so a couple of changes I want to make here. I want to change the color of that to be white. So that is in our label now. So scroll to the label, wherever the label's gone. Where has the label gone? Field set, input container, label. So this is going to have a color of white, or whatever that is, triple F. Thank you. Right, now, I wouldn't mind bringing this a little bit tighter in. You know what I mean? Like, make it, because we haven't defined a width of the. I mean, I suppose we could define the width of the field set. So we could do something like width 500 pixels, maybe. I don't know. Let's have a go. Right. So we could do that. But and then there's the question of we would like to get it in the middle, and this is where the column issue comes in, because without the column it goes over there, which is what we ideally want to do. We would also ideally want to bring this down a wee bit, so let's knock 100 off of there. Come on Cache, come on Cache, you know you want to reload that. Thank you. Don't like that. In fact, is there a way I can do it so it's not actually the width? Yeah, that's it. So by not having the column, I don't need to specify the width of the field set. But if I was to log in now with the credentials that I've defined, it looks like that, which is a pile of turd. So what I would like to do is, see, I'm wondering if we need to adjust how that. So you got header and then you've got main. I'm wondering maybe we should have main down here. Like that. Again, pile of turd, sure. We haven't defined any form of width here, so it's going for the width of whatever this is plus the padding and the margin that's been defined. Yeah. Trying to think of the best way to do this. Would I like to define a width on that? I guess I would. So, could I not just do sorry, forgive me, bear with me a minute. Yeah, so could I not do in our table config in here, could I not do like a width 100 on this? because that would be the wouldn't that match the width of the parent, which would be itself. So yeah, that's not too shabby. And then we need to get around this header issue being right up there. So we could do with, on the header, setting this to be sort of margin top as well of 100 pixels. Something like that. Something like that. Wouldn't mind making this a little bit, the header, making we've got margin bottom of 20. Let's change that, mix that up to 40. Come on, Cache, come on, Cache, come on, Cache. Come on. Why haven't you changed? There we go. There we go. All right, so if we log out, it looks like that. If we log in with the details that I need to keep putting in every time because for some reason Chrome won't let me save them. Probably because it's asked me once and I've gone, never, no, you annoying pop-up. Log in. There we go. I think for a very quick sort of stream, I think that's not so bad. Let's do a log out a minute. Let's see if we can get to the dashboard actually once we've logged out, because I mean that's the whole point of the course. I want to just see what the message is and how that is displayed. We do log out, we then go into there and then we go to log in. Have I got this actually coming up with a message? I don't think I have I? Oh, and that's another point. I need to also look at error messages. So if I was to log in with this, we have invalid login, please try again. Aha! So we do need to sort of play with this a bit. So in the login, the error messages are defined up here, which is not good. So let's put them in. Let's put them in here. Let's put them in the form. Is that in? No, sorry. It's the field set that's defined. Do I like that? Don't I like that? I don't like it. What I need to do is give this a div, a class of alert error. And I would like that to be red. I would like that to be on the top and out in your face. So I would like in main, I would like just above the input container, alert error. I would like that to have a, so it's a div, so it's a block element anyway, so that's display block, fine. We need to have a background color of like some sort of red type affair, maybe that dark red with a color of like white or something to sort of make that pop a bit more. I wouldn't mind putting that in the middle, so text align center, so it sort of overarches the whole thing, center. And I'm sure I've got to play with the padding and the margins and stuff, but let's just refresh. There we go. Right, yeah, so we do. Let's do this through the developer tools because that saves me having to refresh the page every minute. Let's change this to be... Are you gonna let... Come on. I want to add stuff to this. That's weird. Seems to have gone into some sort of weird read-only mode. I can't... I can add to those, but I can't add to these. That's annoying. Okay, fine. Unless we were to... event listeners, don't break properties. No, none of this stuff, is it? It's not on hover. Style sheet. Sod it. Right. I'll do it by eye. Padding of 5 pixels. Text align should be in the center. Let's refresh this a minute. There we go. Right, now we've got to tidy this up. Why is there like an extra... You see there's like an overlap going on here. How do we get around that? Aha. Is it the border? No, it's not the border. Is it the padding? No, it's not the padding. Something is making it, is pushing it. It's almost like it's on the field set itself. Padding block start, padding block. Maybe doing this in a field set wasn't such a good idea. Border image width of 1. Okay, could be that. Let's take it out of the field set. That might be the easiest solution. Let's put it into a div or some section or something that isn't a field set. Oh, and of course I need to whoops. Section, maybe not. I wish I would know. I wish I would be able to find what that is out. I can't change these things on the fly, which is a shame. I'm wondering if it's got something to do with like let's just put it in a for now let's just put it in a div with a class of form elements or form content or something like that. I'm just gonna see if it is the field set that is the culprit. Right, so form content, we go into the main, we change that to be form content. Refresh. Whoops, wrong thing. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it was the field set. So I wonder what that was then. That was pushing that out. Anyway, it works. I'm happy with it. That's the main thing, right? Maybe we should change the color to make it look less like something you would see in a hospital. Oh, that's not hovering. That needs a hover state as well. So we'll apply that. Where's the hover? There. Yeah, let's do oops. Input type. Let's try that. Yay. Okay, so let's refresh. There we go. So login, and we got that. Awesome. Okay, I think that's pretty much all there is to this, is it? I think. I wouldn't mind changing that to be a different color, because that does sort of bleed in, and the dashboard doesn't have that, so I wouldn't mind just tidying that up a bit. Maybe changing the color of I'll tell you what, we could just change the color of this whole thing, couldn't we? That would solve the problem, wouldn't it? If we go over to here, change that from steel blue to something else. So let's do like a lighter color, which isn't blue. Or we could have a darker color. That is white, you see. So we could... yeah. We could do like... I don't want to do black. What about 555? It's like a grey. Yeah. I'm starting to think that we should just do it as HTC colors. I reckon we should just use the How to Code Well colors. I'm thinking this is probably a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. I should have just done this before, right? So, okay, we are after the color. And then we'll get the colors of these buttons. That would be a input submit, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. So it would be this one here. And so that would be green. And when we hover over it, let's just see what it looks like. That doesn't look so bad. Okay, let's take a look at the actual dashboard then. So let's go into, what am I looking for? User config again. Do we need to have, yeah, maybe we should, screw it. Maybe we should have that as the body color. Let's go to the body. I'm just basically poaching all my old ideas. Oh, damn. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, like, you know, it's my course. It might as well have my colors. Main. Yeah, sorry. It's up here, isn't it? Body, background color. Cool. Okay, and then we got the login. So yeah, let's log in with the user config here. So log that in, and I believe it's test 123 or something daft. Test HTCW. There we go. Okay, so we need to tidy this up a bit. On here it's white, so that would be in the header. Yeah, in fact we could probably go as far as saying color 123, and then no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's just do it here. Okay. I don't really have any tables to, you know, to mimic, but it would be nice to make it a little bit more in keeping with the darker color schemes. So I guess what we could do is let's get the color of this. The cookie consent bar. Ugh, it's an RGB. Can I get that as a hex? Copy color to clipboard. Okay. I'm not going to screw around with that. What I might do... Oh, we can take that off now, can't we? What I might do is... Yeah, I'm going to change this to be pink. I think. Actually, no. I'm going to change this to be black. This color, dark color. So that would be the table header. So away from steel blue into how to cope well gray. And then I'm going to change these to be pink to match that. So I'm going to grab the color of that. So this would be cool. And then we need to have like a different color for these things. So I might do like, we don't really have anything alternating here, which is a shame. I might do like, I quite like that color, the white, the sort of the creamy color, but I'm not sure about the blue. It's a bit sort of in your face. I don't know, maybe no. So let's see if we can just play with it and change it a little bit, make it a bit powder blue. It's a little bit meh. That's not so bad. Gainsborough. What about Ghost White? That's not bad. Ghost White. Maybe I'll leave that. Yeah, I think I'll leave that. So what's that? Oh, that's on uneven. Jobby. Yeah, okay. I think we're there. So obviously I need to add the images in. When we hit log out and we log in with this, we get the error message. That's not a how to code well error message look and feel, but for this it's fine. We will, let me test the login again. Let me just go back and see what that looks like. I know I've just seen it, but I just want to see it with fresh eyes. Well, let's choose you first. We haven't done this user today. We haven't seen what it looks like with this user. There's only the one, so that's fine. Let's log out again, and then let's go. That's got more stuff in it, so we'll be able to see. Okay, I am happy with that. I'm happy to put the brakes on and say that is styled up. What I'm going to do now is git status. All right, so we have changed the order config. We've added the main CSS. We've changed both the dashboard and the login to have those bits, and we've changed the markup slightly. So I'm going to have to go through all of the documentation and then re-plug in the changes. Git state. I've done that already. Git add project config. Oops. Order config and project public assets and project public dashboard and project public login. Okay. Adding CSS to login and dashboard. Pages. Git push. Now we haven't done any PHP, so we should be good with the old check styles, but test. But I will just do this. I should have done this before I did the push, but I will. Oops. I need to make. Is it test or tests? I forget. Test. No. There's one of you. What? Oh, I'm not in my project folder. That's why. Right. Make test. There we go. Okay, it's found an error. Else branch is unreachable because the ternary operator condition is always true. Hello? What? Else branch of the ternary. Okay, this is to do with that dashboard. This here. The else branch. Line 37. Yeah, it is here. The else branch, which would be odd branch, is unreachable because the operator condition is always true. Because the operator condition is always true. Well, it might be for just that one thing. I mean, I guess what we could do is have a check, couldn't we? So if key or if key is greater than 2, the trouble is we start from 0, so it will be greater than 0. Then we would do this and then define this as row suffix is equal to even to start with. Let me just test that with this. No. Okay, let's run that again. Expected one space. Oh, I need to do make clean. There we go. Now I do make test. Comparison between is always false. Is it? I think this is going back to the fact that in common, in here we have items where we have an array, and it's seeing this as there's only one array in here, which sucks. Let me go back to the documentation for PHP stan array shape with multiple subarrays. Multi-line array documentation and PHP support. Array shape type definitions. Best way to document array options. No, it's not that. Right, no, it's not that. Is it that one? Integer ranges. That might work. Just for defining the key. It's almost like I need to do like an asterisk and then array. Or something. I'm sure I saw something about key. Okay, these notations, specifically the iterable key and values in a for each statement. Iterable collection. General arrays. This is what we've got here. So if that was to be an iterable that's not, I can't, this isn't going to work, is it? That doesn't make any sense, does it? I don't know. No. Not at all. That's because the thing is, that's saying that there's only one array, a subarray in that item. I knew this was going to trip me up. I knew this was going to trip me up. Okay, these iterable values are applied only when a collection type isn't generic. When it's generic, the generics rules for class level. Okay, it's not class level. Collection foo means collection or array. In your case, even if collection implements traversable. Yeah, it's not that. I think I'm going to have to look at this in a little bit more depth. And I'm sure there's a way of defining like more than one array in an array shape. Essentially, that's what I want to try and do. What I'll do is I will that should be back to what it was now. What's git status like? In fact, this doesn't even make sense. The more I think about it, I don't need to put in this check. Yes, reload. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. That's just me trying to put in a little hack. So what I think I'm going to do is take a look at this later on. It's something to do with the that common area here. I'm glad I haven't written any notes down for it yet in terms of the documentation, but I'll take a look. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it tonight, though. We've done what we needed to achieve, which was the CSS. So thank you ever so much for watching. Happy coding, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your evening or day or whatever time zone you're in. Take care, everybody. I appreciate it. Cheers. Bye bye.